Exploring the majestic beauty of nature's wilderness can be one of the most exciting and fulfilling experiences of your life. Scaling a snow-capped mountain peak, forging deep into a lush green forest with trees that almost touch the sky, discovering a hidden valley, abandoned mine, or game trail.
On August 26, 1993, 6 bodies were discovered in the Khamar-Daban Mountains in Russia. This was not a chance finding, but the result of a search operation that had begun 8 days earlier. The head of the rescue service reported that they were alerted to a tragedy in the mountains on August 18th. However, despite the search being planned immediately, it could not commence until 3 days later due to difficulties in finding a suitable landing site in the high-altitude region. Roughly a month earlier, Ukrainian kayakers noticed a woman on the banks of the Snezhnaya River who did not respond to their waves. They encountered 17-year-old Valentina Utachenko, who had wandered downstream for days, hoping to find civilization. She was completely exhausted and covered in blood. The kayakers brought Valentina to the city of Sludyanka. However, despite the relief of being rescued, she spoke little about what had happened. Valentina was not in a condition to recount her ordeal, and it took over 10 days before the incident was formally reported. The discovered bodies were found in pairs, spaced 40 to 50 meters apart. Autopsies revealed that all the victims had suffered from protein deficiency in their muscles and fluid accumulation in their lungs, symptoms consistent with hypothermia and starvation. Nevertheless, these were ruled out as the likely causes of death because the victims had died within minutes, showing no prior warning signs. The only exception was Lyudmila Korovina, the leader of the hiking group, who apparently died of a heart attack. Many of you, like me, are fascinated by unsolved mysteries, and this tragedy bears a striking resemblance to the infamous Dyatlov Pass incident of the 1950s. In that case, 9 people fled their tents in the middle of the night without proper clothing, and later showed injuries and traces of radiation. Theories about the Dyatlov Pass incident range from mass psychosis to Soviet special forces intrigues, American spies, and even extraterrestrials, but none has been definitively proven. Just as there was a survivor in the Dyatlov Pass tragedy, there was one in the Khamar-Daban incident. What she experienced is deeply disturbing. Hiking in nature is more than just placing one foot in front of the other. Sometimes there's nothing more wonderful than being outdoors. The sense of freedom, the fresh air, and the breathtaking views can touch the soul and give us a feeling of happiness and peace. Every step on a hiking trail can be a new discovery, a chance to escape daily life and dive into an adventure. In August 1993, the hiking group Azimut, consisting of 6 students from the Pedagogical Institute of Petropavlovsk, set out to conquer the Khamar-Daban mountain range in Russia. The area they chose was, and still is, a popular destination for trekking and canoeing. The group, made up of 3 men and 3 women, boarded a train in Irkutsk to embark on their planned hike. The difficulty of the trek was rated as level 3, as the highest elevation of 2,936 meters was not considered a significant challenge for a trained group like theirs. Later, 41-year-old Lyudmila Korovina joined them. She was a highly fit and experienced guide who had been in the region before and had meticulously planned the route over 6 months. The route was to start at the Murino railroad station. From there, the route went along the Snezhnaya River, and from there a descent towards Sludyanka, the end of the journey. At a certain point, the group was supposed to meet up with another hiking group, but this never happened. On the fifth day of the trek, after covering about 70 kilometers, the group encountered a sudden weather change in the mountains. Instead of late summer conditions, they faced a cold front, rain, and a snowstorm. Caught off guard, they quickly set up camp between two peaks under Korovina's guidance and waited for the storm to pass. The peculiar events began the following afternoon during their descent at an altitude of 2,396 meters. Alexander Krisin, a 23-year-old at the back of the group, began screaming. He started bleeding from his eyes and ears, developed foam at his mouth, and collapsed into convulsions before lying motionless. Korovina rushed to help him, but moments later exhibited the same symptoms. She convulsed and collapsed on top of Krisin. Next, 24-year-old Tatiana Filipenko also fell after trying to assist. She clutched her throat as though unable to breathe, crawled to a nearby rock, and hit her head against it until losing consciousness. The 16-year-old Victoria Zalasova and 15-year-old Timur Bapanov attempted to run but did not make it far. They spat blood, clutched their throats, tore off their clothes, and then collapsed. The 19-year-old Denis Shvachkin and Valentina tried to flee as well. While gathering their essentials, Denis lost consciousness. Valentina ran toward the tree line and survived by wandering through the wilderness for 4 days before being found by 2 kayakers. What happened to the Azimut hiking group remains a mystery to this day. Like the Dyatlov Pass tragedy, many questions can only be answered through speculation. What caused the severe bleeding symptoms? How did 6 experienced hikers die within minutes? Why did Valentina survive? What was the connection between the protein deficiency, fluid buildup in the lungs, and the bizarre behavior preceding their deaths? One theory suggests they died as the autopsy reported, from hypothermia. Severe hypothermia can cause hallucinations and paradoxical undressing, explaining why some hikers were found partially unclothed. The bleeding from the eyes and ears could be signs of nerve agent poisoning. Symptoms such as foaming at the mouth and convulsions align with those caused by strong nerve agents. Soviet nerve agents were reportedly tested near Khamar-Daban in the 1990s. Another theory involves poisoning from contaminated water or toxic mushrooms, as the Baikal region is known for its pollution. If waste was carried downstream, the hikers might have ingested the toxins. Korovina, known for her expertise in foraging, might have unintentionally gathered poisonous mushrooms. While these theories seem plausible, the discovery of life-threatening protein deficiency and the rapid onset of symptoms remain puzzling. And why did only Valentina survive? No theory has ever been confirmed, and like the Dyatlov Pass incident, the Khamar-Daban tragedy may remain a mystery forever.